The world is a graveyard, and we are merely the occupants of its waiting room. We told you before that monsters are born from the rot of human emotion, but we forgot to mention that the deepest graves are often dug by those we call friends. Death is not a sudden door that slams shut. It is a slow, agonizing realization that the ground beneath your feet has turned into shadows. The human heart is a strange machine. Science defines it as a pump, 4 chambers, valves, and a rhythmic contraction that pushes life through the veins. But in the world of Jujutsu, the heart is the core. It is the anchor of the soul. And when that anchor is ripped out by the hand of a demon, both science and logic collapse into the mud. July. West Tokyo. The rain is a heavy, leaden curtain falling over the Eitai Detention Center. It washes the pavement, but it cannot cleanse the atrocity that has just occurred. Yuji Itadori. The boy who promised his grandfather he would die surrounded by people, now stands as a hollow shell. His heart lies in the dirt, a raw, steaming mass of muscle that is losing its beat with every passing second. Have you ever wondered what the final moments of a heartless man look like? Is there pain, or is there only a cold, numbing void? Today, we are not just telling a story. We are performing an autopsy on a tragedy that will shift the foundations of the Jujutsu world forever. If you believe every hero is entitled to a miracle, remember this. In Jujutsu Kaisen, there are no miracles. There is only cursed energy, and cursed energy never creates, it only consumes. The rain intensifies. Each drop shatters against the concrete like glass. Ryomen Sukuna, inhabiting Yuji's body, stands with a terrifying serenity. There is a gaping, jagged hole in his chest where the heart used to be. Blood slicks his skin, mixing with the rainwater, but he doesn't flinch. He looks invigorated. Look at this, Sukuna says, his voice a jagged blade of ice that cuts through the thunder. He gestures dismissively at the heart lying in the mud. How fragile you humans are. Remove one tiny organ, and your entire existence falls into jeopardy. You are built like glass, yet you dream of being steel. Megumi Fushiguro stands paralyzed. His legs feel like they are made of lead, and his mind is a cacophony of screams. He cannot process the sight before him. His friend's body, possessed by a king of curses who has just committed a casual act of self-mutilation to gain leverage. Why? Megumi's voice is a fragile whisper, nearly lost to the storm. Why would you go this far? Sukuna erupts into a dark, guttural laugh. It is a sound that feels like sandpaper on the soul. Why? Because this brat didn't fear me. He thought he could be my cage. He thought he could contain the king of curses like a common dog. So, I taught him a lesson. I removed the keys to the cage. If he switches back now, he dies. And if he doesn't, I kill you. Sukuna takes a step forward. The cursed energy radiating from him is so dense that the raindrops vaporize before they can touch him. This is the special grade power spoken of in ancient scrolls, the kind of power that turns cities into ash and survivors into madmen. Megumi knows he is outmatched. He is a grade 2 sorcerer facing a deity of destruction that has survived for a millennium. But Megumi Fushiguro is not just a student. He is the bearer of the Zenin clan's most feared and enigmatic legacy. I am not afraid of you, Megumi says, his voice finding a hard, desperate edge. He weaves his hands into a complex, shadowed sign. The shadows at his feet begin to bleed outward, turning the concrete into a dark, bottomless ocean. Divine dog, totality, Megumi roars. A massive, black wolf with claws like lightning lunges from the abyss, its jaws aimed at Sukuna's throat. Sukuna barely moves, with a casual flick of his wrist. A movement so fast it defies the human eye. The wolf is swatted aside. It crashes through a reinforced concrete wall, reducing it to dust. Boring. Sukuna sneers, his eyes glowing with a predatory red light. You have such magnificent potential, yet you use it like a common street performer. You are holding back, Fushiguro. You are afraid of the treasure buried in your own mind. Bring it out. Show me the technique that makes even the shadows tremble. Megumi's breath is ragged. A memory flashes in his mind. Gojo Satoru's voice echoing through the training halls. A sorcerer always dies alone. He has always limited himself. He has always held back the trump card because he knows that summoning it means there is no going back. But as he looks at his dying friend and the monster before him, the limits begin to break. Megumi presses his hands together until his knuckles turn white. Blood begins to seep from his palms as he prepares the ultimate incantation. With this treasure I summon. But then, the atmosphere shifts. The pressure of Sukuna's energy begins to fluctuate wildly. Sukuna's expression shifts from arrogance to genuine shock. The black markings etched into Yuji's skin begin to flicker and fade. The extra eyes beneath his primary one snap shut. You brat. Are you insane? Sukuna's voice carries a rare note of fury mixed with begrudging respect. Yuji Itadori's consciousness is clawing its way back to the surface. Sukuna expected Yuji to cower in the darkness of his own mind, terrified of the heartless death awaiting him. Instead, Yuji has turned his own death into a shackle. He is dragging Sukuna back into the depths, regardless of the cost to his own life. Fushiguro. The markings vanish completely. The predatory posture collapses. Yuji's body goes limp, the unnatural strength of the curse leaving his muscles. He coughs, a violent spray of dark blood painting the ground. His face is the color of bone. Yuji's real eyes open. They are cloudy, filled with pain, but they are unmistakably his. He sees Megumi and manages a weak, heartbreaking smile. The kind of smile that belongs in a sunny classroom, not a blood-soaked battlefield. Don't come any closer, Yuji rasps. Every word sounds like glass being ground in his throat. If you do, it'll just hurt more. Shut up. We have to get you to the school. Shoko can fix this. Megumi screams, his tears mixing with the rain. Yuji shakes his head slowly. He sinks to his knees, his body hitting the concrete with a dull thud. His chest is still. The heart in the mud has long since grown cold. I told Grandpa I'd help people. I thought I'd save thousands. But maybe saving you guys was enough. Yuji Itadori collapses. He falls forward into the puddles, his eyes staring blankly at nothing. No pulse, no breath, no he. Art. The hero of the story is dead. The following morning, the air at Jujutsu High is suffocating. It feels as if the weight of the entire world has settled onto the mountain. In the morgue, under a harsh, clinical white light, Yuji's body lies on a metal table draped in a white sheet. Gojo Satoru stands beside it. Gojo, the man who always has a joke. Gojo, the strongest sorcerer in existence. Today, he is silent. He has pulled his blindfold down slightly, and the blue glow of his 6 eyes fills the room with an unnatural, chilling radiance. They did this on purpose, Gojo says. His voice is so quiet it is terrifying. It is the sound of a storm just before the lightning strikes. Behind him, Ijichi is trembling so hard he can barely stand. Sir, the higher-ups claim the mission info was a mistake. They didn't know it would be a special grade. Liar. Gojo retorts. In an instant, the pressure in the room spikes. Glass instruments on the nearby shelves shatter into a million pieces. They were afraid. They feared Itadori because he was Sukuna's vessel. They sent my students to die because they didn't have the courage to face him themselves. They used a monster to kill a child. Gojo turns around. His face is no longer human. It is the face of a vengeful god. I'll kill them all. The higher-ups, the elders, everyone involved. If they think they can play games with my students' lives, I will show them the true meaning of strongest. But, sir, that would start a war. Ijichi sobs. Let it. Gojo says, walking toward the door. I don't want to live in a world where children are sacrificed for the sake of cowards' peace. But the story does not end in a morgue. Because Yuji Itadori's death is only physical. In a place where light cannot reach, Yuji's eyes snap open. But this is not Tokyo. This is not a hospital. Everywhere he looks, there are mountains of bleached bones. The ground is a river of stagnant blood. And in the distance, sitting upon a massive throne made of skulls, is Ryomen Sukuna. Wake up, brat! Sukuna's voice echoes through the void. We have much to discuss. In this place, there is no death. There is only me. Yuji stands up, looking at his chest in shock. Here, he is whole. Here, his heart beats. What is this place? Am I in hell? No. Sukuna laughs, descending from his throne. Each step ripples the blood on the floor. This is my innermost domain. We aren't dead yet. We are in limbo. But if you want to go back to the world of the living, you must strike a deal with me. I'm not making any deals with a monster like you. Yuji shouts. Oh, you will, Sukuna says, leaning in close. His presence is overwhelming. Because if you refuse, your friends, Fushiguro and that girl, will be left alone. The next time a special grade appears, who will protect them? Without me. Without you. Yuji freezes. The image of Megumi's weeping face flashes in his mind. The weight of the world returns to his shoulders. Wait. Do not step away from the edge of this abyss just yet. Episode 5 has brought us to a crossroads where every path leads to darkness. We have lost a hero, and we have awakened the wrath of a god. But the real game is only just beginning. The binding vow, the deal Sukuna is offering, is a binding vow. In the world of Jujutsu, a contract signed in blood is more powerful than any law. What will Sukuna demand? Will he take Yuji's body, or something far more precious? Si Shiseido wed interest. Why did Sukuna spare Megumi? Why did he sense potential in the shadows? Sukuna's obsession with Fushiguro is a ticking time bomb that could destroy everything. Ethi Resurrectian. Are you ready for the moment Yuji Itadori returns? But remember, he who returns from the grave is never the same man who entered it. He carries a secret condition now. A parasite waiting for the perfect moment to strike. If you want to witness the fallout of this demonic pact, subscribe and turn on all notifications. Because episode 6, After Rain, isn't just a comeback. It's a tragedy in the making. Death was only the beginning. Meet me at the grave's edge for tea. The next chapter.